Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the Ferrari SF90 Stradale. A little introduction to this car. This car is basically the pinnacle of Ferrari at the moment. This car produces around 1000 horsepower and it is also a hybrid car, which means that the car is powered by an electric motor and a combustion engine. So as you can see, we are now seeing some beauty shots about this car. And as you can see, the car does look really nice, especially in this kind of deep blue. I really don't like blue cars. However, this blue is actually really nice, which makes the car stand out a little bit more. And also with those yellow calipers and those diamond cut wheels help the look of the car. And also, as you can see, the interior matches a little bit as it is grayish. And well, more things about this car. So this car was originally presented to the public in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, and it was inspired by the Ferrari of Formula One from 2019. That was the Ferrari SF90, and well, this car is also the SF90 but Stradale, which means road going version. And however, this car doesn't has the same turbo V6 that the Formula One has. This one has a turbo V8 that produces around 800 horsepower, and also it is complemented by an electric motor that produces around 200 horsepower. As you can see, the engine is mounted very low on the car, and it is also a mid-engine car. And as you can see, the engine bay looks really nice. It has a lot of detail and is very exposed in order for you to take a closer look at your $500,000 car. And there's also another curiosity in the front of this car. As you can see, there is the luggage compartment, and also we can see a little detail that resembles the electric power that the car has. As you can see, we can see the battery down there, and it is marked as race, and it is a word game that basically means uh, electric power. And we can also see the plaque of options that the car has, and it is very extensive, but not as other Ferraris. Sadly, we cannot take a closer look at it because it's very far and we cannot zoom the camera anymore. And there we also have the charger for the car. So another thing about this car is that all the design of this car was produced by Ferrari themselves. They ended up their partnership with Pininfarina, which was the style house that produces all the designs of Ferraris from, if I'm not mistaken, from the 70s all the way to the Ferrari 458. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the last car that Pininfarina produced for Ferrari. And well, you can see the changes by looking at the flow of the car, and also the lights are another. But now let's take a look at the interior of the car. And well, as you can see, it is very simple, and also the gear selector is inspired by a manual transmission from the classic Ferraris. It has the H pattern that resembles the manual transmission that those cars had. And also, as you can see, the interior is very modernized and it is also very techy. As you can see, we have displays all over the place, and also the buttons are kind of displays, and that is one of the main difference that this car had from other Ferraris, is that the car is very tech focused. Now we're going to do this race in the Emerald Circuit, and we're going to see how this car handles from factory, and after the race we're going to upgrade the car and see if we can make a really nice race car with it. So also another thing that I forgot to mention is that we're on unbeatable difficulty, which means that the rivals are on their highest difficulty possible, and sometimes they are really hard to beat and some other times they are difficult. So now that we're driving the car, there is some things about this car that I have to say. Well, let's start with the good things that I'm going to say about this car. And those are like the way the car accelerates. It is very fast and consistent, which is a really good thing for racing, as you're always having power. And as you can see, we're going to see how much speed we can achieve in this kind of track, and we reach 270 kilometers an hour, which is a lot. We almost reached the 300 mark, and yeah, the fast corners are kind of the thing about this car. However, the car doesn't have downforce, which is a little bit weird, and the slow corners and middle speed corners like these ones are a little bit difficult for this car. As you can see, they are lefting us behind in this kind of corners, and let's see if we can get closer to them. However, I do not think that's going to be the case. They are getting further and further. Yeah, I don't think that we're going to be, as these corners are very difficult for this car. And as you can see, the car does struggle with that kind of corners, as the car wants to go straight, and that's thanks to the all-wheel drive that the car has. So now let's race. So now we are in the workshop and we're installing a lot of things that the car needed, like a little bit more downforce. And one thing that I don't like about this kit of downforce is that it is extremely big. As you can see, the front splitter is massive. It almost looks like, I don't know, it almost looks like a hat, like the bottom part of the hat. And also the rear wing is massive, which I do not like a lot, but that's what we're going to work with. And now we're going to do the Horizon Mexico circuit and see if the now upgraded car is competent and even OP in this class. We upgraded the car in 2X class, which is the top of the top. And well, sometimes you have to be a little bit aggressive. That's going to be I think that you're going to see throughout the video, is that I am being too aggressive with the car. and well, I'd rather be aggressive than to lose the race. So that's going to be a constant on the video. As you can see, we take that corner very nicely, and we are now catching up to that Bugatti. Didn't get that corner right, but the car, as you can see, now accelerates like nothing else. It reaches high speeds very quickly. As you can see, we were almost at 320 kilometers an hour, and the car was still going, which is a very good thing about this car. And now let's catch this Porsche and see if we can get them. We are on our second lap, and we are now at third place, which is a very big improvement from our last result. But now let's see what we can do. One other thing about this car is that you can no longer get this car, as it was a reward car from previous series, and I didn't have the time to upload videos for a month, so that's why I couldn't make a video about this car sooner. But now I'm showing you the car if you are like tempted in buying it from the auction house, which by now I wouldn't recommend if the car is way too expensive. But if the car is cheap, I will recommend you get this car, as it is a very nice looking Ferrari, and also it will help you in order to complete your car collection, which is one of the things that I think most people will get this car for, as it is well, now in next class, as you can see, we managed to get a pretty good result, but in stock form I don't think the car is really worth it. And with that, we came to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if that's the case, don't forget to leave a like and a subscription. And now that I have a little bit more free time, I will try to upload more frequent videos. I hope to upload another video throughout the weekend, and that's going to be about the new BMW M8, which is a car that I was waiting for a long time, as it is very nice looking actually, and I will recommend you to watch that video as soon as it comes out. And without anything more to add, I will see you on the next one. Ciao!